Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Lego Indiana Jones 2. The adventure continues. Let's continue the adventure by getting on this train. So, Mutt, for some reason, I don't even remember why, knows this crazy professor and is asking Indiana Jones to help him find him. And then they go on this adventure that I think is kind of just chase scenes for the rest of the movie. It really is like the first 20 minutes are the setup, and then the rest of it is just a chase scene. Well, I blew that. Is this a big boss fight? This was something... Wow, I got 10,000, but I lost a bunch dying. And now I'm at 20,000. Let's see. We are doing a big boss fight, and this has nothing to do at all with the real world. This didn't happen in the movie at all. See, the game has decided to go full rogue here. I see we're supposed to break these. Well, pure insanity. I'm trying to hit this lower part to get true adventurer. Seems like there's just barely enough studs here. Interesting. So there's no reason that I think to pull the steam over here. Darn it. Let's see, hit that. Doesn't want to work. Oh, I guess the color red means it won't work. So the game is just gone crazy, and I guess we couldn't... for the Crystal Skull, I guess it just doesn't matter. Because, let's face it, the Crystal Skull is not a good movie anyways, and it could have used a giant steam mechanical claw fight game. Happening. And this might as well have gone the way. Where's this supposed to go? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? And see, doing that doesn't work. So doing this, do I have to hit this? And I'd greatly appreciate if the game would tell me what it wants me to do. Oh, it wants Mutt to fix this, doesn't it? Ah, it's a blue thing, but it just didn't seem important. And then it wants me to put that there. And then it wants me to swing up here. And then hop here. And miss completely. And I don't believe I'm gonna get the true adventure at this rate. Oh, come on. You gotta give me a little bit of help here, game. hop this way, and then hop in here and punch the guy. Like, and I have to put my whip away to punch him. But this didn't happen in the movie. Nothing close to this happened in the movie. Nothing close at all. Congratulations. You have completed Kingdom of the Crystal Skull Part 1. Look at this dancing. Wow. Somebody animated this. Somebody put a lot of effort into this, and then these, like, motions that were animated never got used again in the Lego game. Interesting. Interesting. Button and skip. Surprisingly, we're only at 3.4%. That is shocking. Shocking above everything else. Like, I imagined we would be closer to 15% if I was to guess. Like 1/6 of the way through a game. That's 15%. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of work here. So press A to unlock. So we've now got this, and we've got this creator set, and we've got the Crystal Skull Part 2. So the game wants me to do the Crystal Skull Part 2, and there's probably Crystal Skull Part 3, and then there's this creator set, which I think is probably just going to be bonus levels, and I bet this is a bunch of bonus levels too. And we're 23.8% complete on Part 1, and let's see, if we go back this way, this is Raiders of the Lost Ark, and this is as far as you can go left. So it totally makes sense. Raiders of the Lost Ark unlocks at the very beginning, after you do the first level, and you could probably play Raiders of the Lost Ark and quickly, either by playing all of Raiders of the Lost Ark or just the first level of Raiders of the Lost Ark, unlock Temple of Doom, which is what this box is, and then similarly, whether it's by playing the first level or playing all of Raiders of the Lost Ark, playing the first level of Temple of Doom or all of Temple of Doom, whichever it is, will almost certainly unlock the Last Crusade, and then we'll have. So we get to go through the original movies a second time, and they're going to be a little bit more crazier, and they're going to have big boss fights that just didn't exist in the movie. And we get the Crystal Skull added. It arguably now is getting down to the point that maybe you don't actually need to play Lego Indiana Jones 1. Just kind of forget that. And this probably shouldn't have been called Lego Indiana Jones 2. They should have, like, thought of a different name. Now if we go back and we open the Lego box, I like this idea. Let's see where we are. So for the first 5 levels, you can go back from this point, and this is the one bonus level we found. And see, there's little animations on each of it. I don't see any reason why we'd want to do a best time on things, though. It's like 4 minutes. 4 minutes and 31 seconds and 0.29 seconds. Wow. Even there, they know the levels are short. Down here, we've got a bunch of characters to unlock and a bunch of vehicles to unlock too. So I need to see what Continue the Story does, though. Like, I could walk in here and do that again. And everything else, I think, is probably the same. It doesn't look like much of anything has changed. And we never found that. We didn't find the shovel guy. We didn't find anybody like that. Like, this isn't gonna open until we have a vehicle that can crash through the gate or something like that. Seems like even simplistic things are getting saved. Like the fact that there was a couple of things to destroy right there seemed to have been saved. So it seems like nothing respawns in the overworld. The enemies respawn though. I guess that would be accurate to say that. I seriously doubt though that these bonus levels are in any other section. So they have to be hidden here. Going into that with a female character would get me something. Going into these races would get me some of the gold ones too, I think. It may take us to a completely different race pass if we get a vehicle to the starting line. It may just load into a whole different area. We need a hieroglyphics guy, somebody with a book. We need somebody that can destroy gold things, if that is going to be one of the things that you can do. I don't know. That was introduced in Lego Marvel Superheroes, I thought, but it may actually have been introduced in this game. Well, there's clearly not a new level or anything. And so then return to the warehouse and save. Oh, I was going to check something. Darn it. I hate to jump back in here, but I guess if you want to play the levels, you have to do it from this point. So that's an interesting, different way to do things. Now, this is not the way any Lego box I've ever seen works. The front doesn't just fold up and there isn't sub-compartments with things. That's how they used to make Legos many, many decades ago. But that's certainly not the case now. So we're gonna end the recording here. Because I imagine as we hop into Kingdom of the Crystal Skull Part 2, we'll start just on a level. But we definitely need to move through the Crystal Skull story. It would be a mess. It would be a real mess to go do Raiders of the Lost Ark or the Creator's Set. We'd be so confused. And I'm already mostly pretty confused as far as Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So we will, like, when we flip this, we can see that there's less characters to unlock in this one, but it is another group of characters. Interesting. And there's probably exactly 40 collectibles in 15 levels, and it seems like there's only 8 vehicles again. This is weird though, because I would have thought that these characters, like Mutt, for instance, and the janitor and Mac, would have crossed over. And they don't. Which means I'm gonna have to unlock a unique character in each of the boxes with a unique ability, which I don't know how we do that. I'm very, very, very confused now. Like, how do I find a female character in this game without How? How do I find a female character that I need? Well, I suppose what I'm gonna have to do is wait until I get all the collectibles. Or at the very least, play through all the story modes and see and make decisions later on. Because we're definitely in this weird position. And see, I guess if we quit the game, will we exit all the way to Windows? Or we'll just come back to this part. Yeah. 3.4%. I cannot believe that. Cannot believe that at all. And then for video settings, I seriously wish the refresh rate could go lower, but it doesn't want to do that. And I don't think I need to really change anything. Like, we turned the FSAA off, and we are seeing a small amount of lagging, but not enough to really upset me enough. Nor is the lagging really long. So it's happening less often, and it's happening for less amount of time. So that combination is really good. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.